This video today is sponsored by a company that makes camera lenses. Yes, it's right. A company that makes camera lenses are sponsoring a skating channel. Crazy, right? Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. The thing is, I do not know a lot about photography. In fact, I never really studied photography. I never really published any photography. I do videos, and you guys might know. Most of the cameras that I use for my videos are photo cameras. You should know that I use, this is a Panasonic GH5, and this is a Panasonic GX8. I had the previous version to this. This was the latest camera that I bought, and this is the camera that I use on almost all my videos. Now, what I've been realizing is, over the last few weeks, every time that I post a video, if I don't put a lot of effort into the thumbnail, which is that picture that you see when you press on the videos don't do that great. But when I do a better picture, when I take a little bit more time to do that picture something appealing or something like visually good, the videos actually do a lot better. So that's where I'm going to focus when I'm going to talk about this lens. Basically, this lens right here. Let me just try it back. Okay. It's the 7artisans 55mm 1.4 lens. What does that mean? Well, using a camera like these or like these are two micro four thirds cameras. I'm gonna try not to go too geeky, also because I'm not too geeky when it comes about cameras. I don't know that much. These are micro four thirds. If you would be using something which is called a full frame, which means that the inside part of the camera here would be a lot bigger, which means there would be a lot more light getting into the sensor, which usually means better pictures. These cameras have a much smaller sensor, but they are super portable and they are exactly what I need. Now, sometimes I need more light in my pictures to make those blurry, those out of focus backgrounds, which, like I just said, have been making a huge difference when it comes to the way that my video do because of the thumbnail. That's when I use this lens. With this lens, I can get everything fully, like completely out of focus. It's a fully manual lens. Usually a lens like this, if it would be from Panasonic, which is the original brand that makes the camera, would be really, really expensive. I can tell you that a lens like this, the one that I have in the camera, it's the one that I use the most for my videos. This one, it's a 12-35. It's a 2.8 lens, which means the aperture of this lens, it's 2.8. It's a really good lens. Let's just tell you that way. And this lens cost about $800 US dollars just for the lens, plus like 2,000 for the camera. So this is quite an investment. This lens, which is a really, really tiny lens, this is a 20mm lens, and this lens opens to 1.7, which is amazing. You get like really, really good images, like out of focus backgrounds. 20mm means that on this camera would be something like a full frame 40mm. I know I'm going too geeky, I'm sorry about that. Think of this lens as something like what you would see with your eyes. Now, this lens, it's a 55mm. This is a 20, this is a 55. This means that this lens, it's basically what you would see with your eyes times 2. Does that make sense to you? Imagine that like you zoom it, it's a little bit more than 2 times, like 2.1, 2.2 times. You would be zooming what your high vision is, and then because it's a 1.4 lens, it's easy to make those out of focus backgrounds. You can actually see the depth of field on the picture, basically, or on the frame. You can use these also for videos. Of course, because it's a fully manual lens, I won't be using these for a lot of the skating shots because it's actually really hard to shoot with this, especially video. But if I want to do some B-roll, if I want to get stuff like out of focus, if I want to do more like cinematic stuff, then these would work really nice. Like if I want to get those birds from far with everything out of focus, if I want to try to film someone, if I want to try to bring some more emotion to my videos, this would be a really, really cool lens to use. So that's where I use this lens the most. Now, like I just said, this lens would cost me around 700, 800 US dollars, depending on where you buy it. This little thing would cost me in between 300 and 400 dollars. This one, you can buy it from 120 to 150, something like that. I will be leaving a link in the description and you can actually check this lens. This company, 7artisans, they make not just these 50mm, they make a lot more lenses, and they are actually making a partnership with this channel, which means that I will actually be making a lot more stuff with these guys. They do have a nice fisheye that I'm going to be using on my macro four thirds cameras, but I don't have the fisheye yet. I usually use a GoPro when it comes to fisheye shots, but that's about to change because I'm about to get a macro four thirds fisheye. So with that being said, make sure to give these guys a look. I don't know of any other camera lens which is supporting anyone in the skate industry. So if that's not enough for you to check these guys out and give them a shout out, I don't know. Huge respect for these guys. I'm not just trying to sell something that you don't need. Check some of the footage that I've done with these and take your own conclusions. Now, with this being said, I want you guys to know that I'm about to leave for a 14 days trip. I can't really tell you where I'm going yet, but it's actually going to be cool. I'm going to be in 4 different countries, and maybe drop me a comment. Where do you think I'm going? I can't really tell you yet. So, also really important, you should know that this video is being filmed with a different camera. It is nothing like this. It's actually being filmed with a little tiny camera, and what I want you to get from this is, if you really want to make a YouTube channel, if you want to make your videos, your Instagram, whatever, don't let the camera be your main barrier. I've said it before, lots of videos out there made with cell phones, made with little cameras. It doesn't really matter the camera you do, as long as you're enjoying it. And that's what I'm doing with this one. I'm showing you this lens, the cameras that I use, filming it with a fully different, super easy to use camera, and hopefully you are going to enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, give me some thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me some thumbs down. Let me know what you didn't like about this video. Let me know where you think I'm going. It's going to be like a little surprise tour. You're going to like what I'm going to do. I can tell you that I'm going to bring 2 pairs of skates, 1 pair of aggressive inline skates and 1 pair of big wheel tri skates. So if you want to see where I'm going, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to click on that little face and press the bell button so you get notifications every time I upload one of these videos. And like I always say, more important than anything else, do not forget why we all started skating, and that is because it's fun. Cheers guys, and see you soon. Don't forget to give a shout out to these guys, 7artisans. Poof.